Living Book Review on Understood Besty by Dorothy Canfield Fisher. We used this book in Form 1 for Year 2, and it was a recommendation from Ambleside Online. I am glad that I bought a physical copy of this book and that I own it. Understood Betsy. It's about a little girl, Elizabeth Ann, and she solves problems and she overcomes fears, and that's exactly the kind of book that I want to be reading out loud to my daughter. There are such age-realistic conflicts in here. Oh, thank you, Miss Fisher. The things that Betsy faces are things that would actually happen to a 9-year-old. She has conflicts like she gets lost, she moves homes, she overcomes her fear of dogs, she makes friends, she has school lessons that are hard and that she figures out how to get better at. She gets to know her family. She learns to cook when she's never learned to cook before. She has to help out a younger friend and be as responsible as a 9-year-old can. It's brilliant. Age-realistic conflicts in Understood Besty. Another thing that I liked about it is that the Putney family, the aunt and uncle and cousin that she moves in with, they are all like genuinely good, real characters here. And they share love in such a real way. And it's different for each person because it's all so real. Like, so real. I'll say that 1,000 times. It was so real. Uncle Henry is quiet and soft-hearted in his expressions of love, and Abigail is encouraging and observant, and Cousin Anne is stoic and consistent, but they're all genuine expressions of love that this family has towards this niece that they adopt. There's an episode where they do a good deed for a kid in their class, and the kids want to make a big deal out of it, but in the end it gets done secretly, which I liked. There's a scene at the end where Elizabeth Ann meets with her Aunt Frances, who was taking care of her at the beginning of the book before she moved in with her other aunts and uncles. And so Aunt Frances comes to get Betsy back and take her back home. And it's not what Betsy wants. It's not what any of the other family members want. But when Betsy and Aunt Frances face each other, there's no bitterness, there's no pouting, there's just an honest exchange. They see each other clearly, they get to talk to each other clearly. So Betsy finds her voice and learns to speak with her newly learned courage. And she speaks respectfully and honestly and courageously and not poutingly. It all works out because they honestly and actually communicate with each other. I just appreciated so much that the story doesn't end with Betsy, who's learned and grown so much, throwing a fit because her aunt comes to get her. Like, I was so grateful for that. Fantastic ending. We loved Understood Besty. It was great.